Hi there and welcome to Tarot by Fernanda. In this channel, you'll find a variety of pick-a cards and you can always expect a transparent and honest reading from me, okay? Now, on today's pick-a card, we will find out who your future spouse is, your future husband, your future wife. And this reading is a very detailed reading. So it is, and I know it is a very important topic. It is a very important reading. So do take this seriously when it comes to pick intuitively your pile. Take all the time you need to pick the right pile for you. And this is my suggestion, okay? This is something I myself do whenever I do other people's pick-a cards. So you got your phone screen, or maybe you're watching this on your laptop. Either way, pass your finger over the screen. So if it's your phone, well, it is laying down. And then if it's your laptop, then you just do this like this over the screen. So you pass your finger over the screen and make sure that it goes through like all the way left to right, slowly. And then whenever you feel like a tingle or like something on your finger, you stop, you open your eyes, and that's the pile you are meant to listen to. Okay. Now, if you are a beginner, like, kind of connecting more with your intuition, this process may take 5 minutes. Okay. But it's worth waiting and picking the right pile. Now, once that you got your pile chosen, then you can go either to the description box or the comment section and you'll find the right timestamp for each one of the readings. Now, this is pile 1, 2, 3, and 4. Do remember to subscribe, to give it a like, and it's such a great impact when you leave a comment on a video, at least for YouTube as well. It tells YouTube that this content has a lot of value. So if you can just comment the pile that you picked, you can do it right now. You can just pick pile 1, pile 2, 3, or 4, and then leave a comment, and that's more than enough for me. Thank you so much for everything, and I will see you in a couple seconds. Bye. Hi there, group number 1, and welcome to your reading. Now, I'm Fernanda. I'm the person behind all the pick-a cards that you can find in this YouTube channel. Now, if you pick this beautiful amethyst, or maybe you guide it yourself with the deck, welcome. Now, this reading will be long, will be in detail, so make sure you're comfortable while you're listening to it, whether you're cleaning, maybe you're cleaning your bedroom, maybe you're just laying down for a bit, maybe you're getting some work done. Just make sure you're comfortable, and do remember to watch this with an open mind, because this is about your future husband, your future wife, and sometimes life surprises us. Right? Just make sure that you understand that if you end up choosing this person is for a reason. And then also do understand that this is a general reading, so only take what resonates the most and then leave the rest. Now, I will start with a description of the personality traits of this person, okay? Just to kind of know what he or she is all about. Maybe I'll give you a couple zodiac signs in here as well. And then I'll ask whether you already know this person or not. And we will then later on look at how compatible you two are. Based on astrology a little bit as well. What will you agree most on and what will you disagree the most on? And then look at the dynamic, and we're gonna end with the love story of you two coming together. Now, also, if you are new here and you haven't yet subscribed, I invite you to do so. Trust me, all the readings I post on for free on YouTube, they're really good readings, and this is the type of readings that are very honest and they're very transparent as well. So I don't sugarcoat it whatsoever. Whatever I see, I tell you right away. So first of all, this person got the 7 of Cups. Maybe there's too much light. And you got the Death card. Well, not you, this person. So Death already, this represents Scorpio. So this person could be a Scorpio, but really it's telling me that this person has a very intense personality. It's very, maybe it could be the way that he or she dresses is someone who also maybe has very sharp features, is someone who is a little bit more mysterious, like I said, very intense. Like when you have a chat with this person, like he goes deep in all the conversations, and he's someone who has definitely is in constant transformation in his life. Now, also, do remember that gender is irrelevant here. I sometimes will just say he all the time, or she all the time, but really, I'm just talking about energy. Now, yeah, so just making that clear. With this Seven of Cups, this is letting me know that this person has a very creative mind, or has a very like wild imagination. I will say he or she will be such an amazing writer. Like if he is, like kudos for him, because it just seems like he's the type of person that has just such a big imagination. He could be a great storyteller as well. This could also mean like he's someone who is really good at visualizing things. For example, as when I used to be a dancer, I realized that there are people that are best at being choreographers because they can really visualize things. Others are best at just improv, or others are best as following as learning choreographies, but not necessarily like teaching one or coming up with one. Okay, so I just feel like this person, he can envision things. So this could be a great writer, like I said. Like if this person were to be a dancer, he could like envision this choreography. If this person worked at movie making, you do need that like that imagination, that visualization as well, to be able to direct other people. So he or she will be a great director at something. Like I said, very creative mind, a very intense personality. Now, this person also got this Three of Wands. So, I think that this person is someone who is quite detached, okay? It's not someone with death already and then the Three of Wands right next to it. We're talking about someone who has done a lot of like cutting ties with people, leaving the past behind. I feel like this person has no difficulty detaching. Because, nowadays sometimes we attach to everything, and sometimes we have like a million boxes in our garage full of like stuff that we will never look at ever again, or that we will never use ever again. And I just feel like this person is the complete opposite. I feel like this person also has traveled quite a lot. It has kind of a quite adventurous personality, and yeah, he or she's always like open for something new, but not like something romantic. Like, it's not like someone who will jump from one person to another. I just want to make it clear. It's not that. It's that this person does not get attached unnecessarily to things or places. Like, he knows when to go on to the next thing. And this is, this is a really great quality. Now this person also got the King of Pentacles. So this could also hint to a earth sign. That will be Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus. Although I won't say, I don't think that this person is necessarily an earth sign. And if he is or she is, I think that wouldn't be a Taurus. I feel like this person could be a Capricorn. Maybe a Virgo. Why? Because with the characteristics of this person, he is very profound, he's very deep, he's very intense, a little bit edgy, very adventurous. So that is not some qualities that you can find on earth elements. Because earth elements do play it more safe and do look for structure and stability first, I do think that this person has achieved a level of stability and financial stability, but pretty much everything else about his or her personality is not earth related. So that's why I just don't want you to get like hang up on the earth sign, okay? Because so far I'll say the strongest zodiac sign right now is Scorpio. Now, this person, I do think that he or she is well off when it comes to money, when it comes to his finances. And if he's not there yet, just letting you know that this person will be, because he is very ambitious. This person, this masculine energy, with this king of coins, although earth is feminine, this king of coins is someone who will prioritize working harder now so then he can relax later on, because this person really finds it important to enjoy the best things in life, the luxuries, eat well, be able to go to the best restaurants. So he's the type of person that would make the right sacrifices at the right time, right? Because maybe, let's say he could be like the type of person that will have two jobs. Like he may be making like really good money with his first full-time job, but he will take another, let's say, construction job. And just because he knows that he will that way be able to save money faster and then invest in something like a house or buy stock or something like that. It's someone who does not really care so much about what he will do to make the money. It's more about making that money fast, because he cares about going in a straight line, not so many zigzags. He wants to go from point A to B as fast as possible and be able to enjoy this life of luxuries and fine things and fine dining. So he definitely is someone that either when you meet this person, he is on his path to get like there, or he's already there. He's pretty like well off when it comes to money. I do feel like this person, and another thing too, this person does enjoy to dress, to enjoy the nice things, whether it's like with fine dining, whether the way he dresses, the vacations, like being able to relax and not have to work. And so I do think that this person could have such a creative mind, yet he may prioritize more than like following his passion. He will prioritize the getting financially abundant first, and then he will then start doing things that he enjoys or she enjoys. Also, I find that this person with the Seven of Swords can be quite secretive, and not like the cheating type of way. It's just I do think that he likes to do things and only put other people in the loop later on. And I mean, I don't know if you're okay with that or not, but he is more secretive, I'll say. He will like his space as well. He's someone who sometimes I think that he could have the best intentions, but the way he goes about some things may sometimes not look so good. But I do feel like he has the best intentions all the time. And now he definitely, I find that more than competitive, he's someone who generally does want to get from point A to B as fast as possible. So even if he does have to step on some people's toes, like he won't mind, because and that might be part of like the detachment thing that I'm feeling, because it's like he doesn't mind as much, or she won't mind as much if he or she has to detach from some people, because they're not gonna be happy about what he does or she does to get to their goal, and he's fine with that. I do feel like this person would like to keep some secrets, and they're not major like secrets. It's just that this person does, with this Scorpio energy and then now the Seven of Swords, I do think that this person also has this like more like mystical, more like reserved personality. I don't know if he or she's like that, but they come off like that, and then sometimes you're like, what are you thinking? Like, wait, you didn't tell me about this. And they're the type of, I feel like they're much more private. And yeah, it just feels like this sober personality, not so much humor. Now everyone is different, right? He also got this Five of Swords, and I don't think the camera is getting it, but no worries. It's not necessarily really important for you to see the cards. Five of Swords and the Hangman. Now, I do feel like this person could be quite feisty at times, and he or she knows how to like take a stand and speak up. You know, sometimes in some personalities, I see someone very soft, very like gentle, maybe more shy, but this person is not. This person will try sometimes to avoid conflict, or maybe it could be like he doesn't like to be out and about and socialize so much, so sometimes he will try to, rather than ask for help, just do it himself, to cut like some steps or like road, because he finds that tiring, having to like be involving other people all the time. And even if it's going to be taking more time to him to do whatever he needed to do, doing it by himself rather than asking for help or involving other people, he will do it that way, which will, you know, in the future will like the universe will teach him some lessons because of that. But that said, I do think that another part of the reason why he does that is because whenever he is like around other people, there's so much stuff that he does not agree on, and he is not shy to communicate that, and that could then create kind of some arguments with a lot of people. So sometimes he just rather keeps to himself, because he's like, well, if I hang out with people, I got to tell them that I don't agree with what they're thinking or they're believing or they're saying, so I'd rather stay by myself. Like, I'd rather stay at home, like, or not socializing with other people. And I see that because with the Five of Swords and a Hanged Man, Five of Swords, it does talk about conflict and sometimes looking for it, right? But with the Hanged Man, this is about someone who has a lot of knowledge and feels a little bit odd compared to other people, feels like everyone is lost or everyone is just talking nonsense, while he holds the truth. So now that combined, I do feel like this person is not looking for trouble, but he definitely or she definitely will have to work on that, because this person gets triggered a lot by others, and so sometimes I think that's why he avoids socializing with new people or other people, because he has this tendency of like having to correct them all the time, and yeah, feels like he knows better, and he does. Like, it is a bit of ego for sure, but he does. With the Hangman, yes, there's ego involved, but a lot of it too is like this person has a lot of knowledge. This is why the Hangman on this specific deck, it is portrayed by a wolf, you know, by like the wisdom of the wolf, someone who has a lot of knowledge. But with the Hangman also, it does reflect that this person, when you meet this person, you hang out with this person, you'll realize that if you're very like, you know, perceptive, you'll realize that part of his unhappiness of like, or him looking for trouble and him having to have arguments with people about topics, is because he is not daring to do something about it. You know, it's like that one person who sometimes will tell everyone, oh, this is not healthy to eat, this is not good to eat, this is not good to eat, but you're looking at them, at the person who's saying like, oh, this is not healthy, this is not healthy, and they're freaking eating McDonald's. So it's like they have this knowledge and they should use it, and set the example. So I think that this person could definitely learn from that. I'm just going to drink a bit of water. I told you guys this is a long reading. Now, let's see if you already know this person. Group number 1, do they already know this person? Majority of them. No, you don't know this person yet. Although I feel like a lot of you have dreamt of this person in the past. So you kind of, this person has already visited you in your dreams. Now remember, this is a general reading, so I'm just saying majority of you have definitely not met this person in the past yet. So you have definitely not dated this person in the past, so this person could not be your ex or anything like that. But one thing is, like, you have dreamt of this person. That's something they tell me. So now let's see how compatible are you. And I will just be using a bit of astrology over here. How compatible are you two? Now, if you haven't done so, I really, really, really hope that you can just, subscribe right now. Just hit that button, and then you can also turn on the notifications. And then if you can give it a like, and you can even already leave a comment of the pile that you picked, pile 1, with a smiley emoji or something. You don't have to leave details or anything, but just that really, 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 really helps. Now, from one side, so you're on this side, and then the person you're marrying is on this side, okay? So far you got the 4th house, Cancer and Gemini energy. Now, it's really interesting because the 4th house does belong, the energy of the 4th house by default is Cancer. And then the planet is the moon. So you already got 2 of the 3 elements from one house. You got the house and the same energy as well. So you may be a Cancer, or your energy, even if you're not a Cancer, if you look at your chart, there may be a lot of presence on your chart on the 4th house or under Cancer energy. Now, on this other side, this person got Aries. That's a fire sign. And he or she got the moon. And also Scorpio. Okay. Ooh, okay, that makes sense. Okay, you know what? Scorpio and Aries, they actually share the same planet. Well, Scorpio does... the energy of Scorpio is represented by Pluto. But a lot of astrologers as well do say that it's Mars, because before Pluto was even discovered, then Mars represented Aries and Scorpio. So still Scorpio, when we talk about Scorpio, we do need to take into consideration Mars. Now, Aries and Scorpio are, both of these energies are very different, yet they're very strong. Because Mars, it is this vitality, this force, this strength that if someone is born with that energy, Aries and Scorpio, they will have a lot of will to build a new path that has never been built before, and there's nothing that will dissuade them or nothing that will ever get them tired to do so. And on your side, did I mention you also got Gemini? That's an air element. And okay, on your side, I do see that you're someone who definitely, you're all about your feelings. You're all about like building a home. And if you're not all about that, just letting you know, look at your chart, because this could be that one of your purposes is actually on your 4th house, which is the house of home and family, okay? And you got Cancer too. So if you have not connected with that purpose yet, reflect on it. But I feel like a lot of you are very self-aware of who you are and what you're meant to do here. So I will trust that you connect with this energy. It's a very loving and caring. It's a water energy. It's very like tender. It's very intuitive as well. For you, family, it is very important, and not in a way that like traditional way, because that will be more towards like tradition, culture, marriage. But for you, it's more about building a home, belonging somewhere, belonging to someone, building like a clan, working as a team, healing that like inner child trauma as well. So you're all about that. And with Gemini, I do feel like you could be more of a social butterfly. You're someone who can easily relate to others, who can easily socialize with other people as well. I do think that you're the type of person that is liked by everyone. Which now with Aries and Scorpio on the other side, this person now, I get it why he or she avoids sometimes making you friends or like going out too much, because his or her personality is so strong that they won't shy away from giving their opinion. And a lot of times people are not used to honesty. So while you are the type of person that, I'm not saying that you will lie, but you're so loving and caring. It's like everyone likes you when you go out. And then this other person, I do think that you two are compatible because this person got the moon, and the moon represents the feelings, represents your mom, represents the way you love. It also does, of course, gives this nurturing energy. And so I do think that emotions will be something you two, your moons more be compatible. And even though maybe personality wise you may be different, the way that you like to love and the way that you need to be loved will be very, very compatible. I definitely do see you as someone who's very liked by everyone, and this other person is like, sometimes they're like, why are you like this, bro? Like, why are you like this? Like, why do you have to make everything a big deal? Because this person takes everything seriously right away. And I mean, I can understand this because I'm the same way. I'm like really, really like a Scorpio person. So I get it. Okay, let's see. What are one of the topics that you'll agree the most on, and what are some things that you'll disagree? Oh, also, I forgot, if you ever do want to get a private reading, you can just go to tarotbyfernanda.com. The link is always over here or here in the description box. And yeah, you can just buy yourself a reading. Okay. Okay. I think that the one thing that you two will disagree on the most is, I do think that sometimes you will have this tendency of trying to like work through fears and like traumas, and sometimes you also get stuck in processing your feelings, and this other person does go through the process and it's like, okay, it's done, goodbye, like we forget about this. And I do feel like you are the type of person that has more of a tendency to bring things up over and over and over and over again, while this other person, he is usually like the type of person that will process, because he's all about feelings as well, or she's all about feelings and will process things. And it's like, okay, we dealt with it, we never mention it again, like it's done, it's dealt with. And you are someone who, I think that you're more like not a stock, but you kind of have falling in love in a way with your own story of like your childhood, what happened to you, everything. And why I say that you have fallen in love, even if it's bad stuff, it's because you're not letting it go and you're still letting it define you. And let's say someone who was the kid that didn't have money when they were like in elementary school, and they just keep repeating the same story, while this other person, and this may be the secretive side to him, sometimes you're gonna find out, you're gonna be like, wait, I didn't know you were in a shelter, wait, I didn't know that this happened to you, and let's talk about this. And he has processed it, or she has processed it, and it's more about like, this happened to me, I didn't know that you wanted to know that, I would have told you about it if it were still relevant to me, but honestly it stopped being relevant to me a long time ago, because it happened, I process it, and it's gone. It's not something that defines me, and it's not something I want to keep repeating, because if I repeat this, it is not allowing me to grow and become a different person, or become like, for my personality to grow and change and evolve. And you are someone who's more, I feel like, stuck in your story of things that have happened to you, how you were like, maybe your dad abandoned you, or your mom wasn't there on a specific birthday, and that really, like, you know, had an impact on you. And I make no judgment on that. Both sides are valid. But I just feel like you are constantly just processing it, and you have made it like your CV or your resume. You know how like on your resume at some point, the more, that's a good example they just gave me. You know how a resume, when you have like more experience, at some point your job at Abercrombie and Fitch, like mine, that was my first job, Abercrombie and Fitch, it should not be there anymore, because you already work at other places. And so it's like that sometimes. It's like you have to just let that go, and that shouldn't even show up on your resume anymore. And yeah, now the things, that's such a good example. The good Abercrombie days. I had so much fun at that job. Okay, King of Swords and the World, for the things that you most connect with or most agree on. And I'm going to need a bit of clarification on this. Six of Pentacles. Oh, okay. It's more about that. Okay. It's just that every card is just like a specific energy, but with so much meaning. And I just didn't know what direction that we're going with, because they're not similar whatsoever, these two energies, but now I get it. With this Six of Pentacles, the World, and the King of Swords, you two agree on the big responsibility you two have as a person, and the change that you want to have in this world. I do think that, I don't know if it's you or him or her, but it's like you two agree that you can not only take and take, and you have to also give back. I think that you two agree on that. And you do agree on consequences as well, like that it's something that is real. It's not like people that do bad things to get away with that. And this sense of responsibility of like, if I have money, I should also help. So it makes me think of, you know how in Islam, there's like a set rule that you should be given 10% of all your income to charity. Right? So if you make less, it's just 10%. If you make more, it's 10%. It's always 10%. And it's just like, I'm getting that feeling like both of you will have this like idea of like, you know what, we should be given to charity, like a percentage of our income. Like there's this sense of responsibility for others or towards others. And this is not limited to your family members or the people that you love. It's like the world, pretty much. And it's like, there's this sense of responsibility that kicks in, because also I think one of you realizes like, well, I feel more comfortable enjoying about the finest things in life and the luxuries and everything if I also feel like I'm sharing this a bit with other people. And it's not about feeling guilty and like feeling guilty to have money. No, it's like, I have money, I'm abundant. So because I'm in this position, I see no reason why I could not share this with more people, because I'm abundant, and thanks that God has made me abundant, and I keep, being thankful for this. I'm giving away, and while I have money, I'll be giving some away. So I think that you two are like similar in that. Let's look at dynamics real quick. Group number 1. I really didn't think it would be that long though, this reading, but it is what it is. You got the pre-night. I accept the impermanence of all things. I know that change brings me renewal and goodness. And then you also got the Labradorite. I take the time for reflection and see life from a higher perspective. Oh, there. Okay, let me hold this like this. Yeah. Okay. Let's look at your dynamic. And by dynamic, I mean like what do you like, together you create this dynamic. Maybe your focus is on something specific. And in this is you two push each other to accept change in life. I do think that your future husband or your future wife is someone who likes to travel maybe more than you do. And he or she will push you to try different things. There's also spiritual suffering that came out. Now, this is things that you will work on. And this is what I was talking about, how like he or she doesn't agree on continually suffer for the same thing. And with Scorpio and Aries energy, I don't know if he always knows how to say things the right way or like in a kind way, but he will always be very honest. That's one thing. Yeah, I think that your relationship will be all about like revisiting your perception of things, developing more, like spiritual practices, but ones that do not make you stay like be suffering forever. There's also this beginnings card. I'll ask about this one. But I do think that you two will travel a lot together. And sometimes it also makes me feel that maybe something is ending just when you're meeting this person. Sometimes this could translate into loss of a job. Maybe this could translate into the death of someone you care about. Divorce. They just give me justice for this beginning. So for a lot of you, this could actually mean divorce. And this could actually mean, divorcing someone and then marrying this person. And also, not every single pile will be like marriage, legal marriage. But I just want to say that this one, there's the legal marriage in it. So that's something that you two will like, an experience that you will experience, that you will have. Because not everyone wants to legally marry. Some people will just want like a ceremony or something like that. But this is telling me that there will be like legal marriage in here. Okay. And there's also the Devil, Page of Swords, and Death. Death is Scorpio. The Devil is Capricorn. So Scorpio energy and Capricorn energy will be predominant in this relationship. And I'm not talking about like one of you have to be Capricorn or Scorpio. It's more about the level of transformation and change you two will have and the energy that is predominant. So the Devil with Capricorn energy is definitely one of the most ambitious zodiac signs that, or if not the most ambitious, I will say Aries and Capricorn are the most ambitious zodiac signs, and they will stop at nothing. And you also got Scorpio, so I do feel like this relationship, there's like really big changes. There's a lot of also working through addictions if you or the other person has or allows habits in their life that is not for their higher self and that is setting them back from their full potential. That's going to change. I think that you two will push each other to be the best version of yourself and not to be kidding yourself. Like, yeah, I just feel like this person will be like, I don't want to talk about, like substances in here because I want to have a really good record with YouTube because I have a really good record on my other YouTube channel. So I won't talk about substances, but I really feel like you would be like telling this person, or he will tell you like, do you really do this for fun, or is it because you have like this hole in you or this sadness? Like, is this really a spiritual practice, or is this just your excuse? Like things like that. And you're gonna call each other on stuff. And I also, with the devil, there's also really like strong signs that you two, your physical connection, I don't want to say more, but will be pretty good, pretty intense. And I think it's because your partner, there's a lot of Scorpio and Aries energy in it, so she or he is pretty in intimacy, and like has like I just feel like could come more from that one side, but the dynamic of your relationship will be like fireworks and a lot of like attraction and really healthy sexual life. Now there's also true love. This is a romance of your life, so this is already a really good omen. And then you also got the card of betrayal. And this is, and I do think that this is not about cheating or betrayal. Like, this is about, I think that your person, your future husband or wife, will be really calling you out on things. And I do think that this person is not the kind of person that holds back. And so if he or she thinks that people around you don't have the best intentions, they will let you know right away. And I just feel like you're going to realize how many people in your life maybe did not have the best intentions. I really feel like this other person, like, you're someone very empathetic and intuitive, but the other person is very like intuitive, and even like no one can lie to him or no one can lie to her. And so I just feel like this person will clean your social life or your life from people and things that really serve you not. Now, when it comes to the story, we're almost done. There's this Three of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords, the Nine of Cups, the Page of Wands, and the Ace of Cups. And on the bottom, you see the Lover. So I will stop here. Can you see it? Yeah. Okay. So with Three of Pentacles, it's just letting me know that this person, you're not initially meeting that person under romantic pretense. And you're not meeting this person with this Three of Pentacles. Yeah, this person could be someone who works for you, someone you work with, someone you collaborate with, someone you, maybe you hire their services. This person with Three of Pentacles, because of the Pentacles, it could also be a family member. And I don't mean like a sister or a cousin. I'm meaning like a family member from another family member. Like your sister's husband's cousin. Okay? Like something like that. And so that could be like, you could meet them not under romantic pretenses. It was more about like friendship. It was more about family get together. It could be more of like, a lot of you could be like collaborating. I do think that you either were a client of hers, she was a client of yours, you worked together, you collaborated together. And then with this Nine of Swords, I just feel like this person, you can't get her or him out of your mind. And it's the same thing for both of you, maybe one person more than the other, but because you did not meet under like romantics, like a romantic setting or with a romantic intention, later on you just are like thinking about it and you're like, I can't stop thinking about her or him. And with this Nine of Cups, I do feel like this Nine of Cups is usually like fulfilling your desires, but also could be like having to be a little bit selfish to do so. So once again, because of some mention of divorce, this could be someone that was already married, someone who was with someone already, or someone who maybe was like your friend's ex, or it just tells me that you have to be a bit selfish about it to be with this person. I don't see betrayal, just like being selfish and putting your needs first. Yeah, and then I just feel like you get an amazing idea of like how to go about this, and you maybe some of you will travel. So that could mean that the person is not living in the same place. I don't know. With this Page of Wands, I just feel like you feel very optimistic. It takes you some time to get some sense of direction, you or the other person, right? It takes some time for him or you to get some sense of direction of like, what are the steps to follow to, make it clear that, or be close to her, be close to him, and how to go about this. And so I feel like once you meet this person, there's some time that passes by, and you don't have a plan, you don't have like the will of like, going to do something, you haven't made a choice. But by the time that there's this Page of Wands, you have made a choice, and now you're just like trying to figure out how to go about this. And with this Ace of Cups and the Lovers, then you two connect, and it actually will be reciprocated. This person will like you back, and will, I don't know if it's you or him or her that makes the first move, but with the Lovers, this is telling me that you two are soulmates, and then you will end up together. So this is your reading for book number 1. I hope that this reading was meaningful, gave you clarity, and I do hope that you did subscribe. I give it a like. And I mean, if you want to go the extra mile, do leave a comment. Thank you so much for everything, and I will see you on the next pick a card. Bye. Hi there, group number 2, and welcome to your reading. Just letting you know, this reading is for like, I go really in detail of everything, so this will be a long reading. Make sure you're comfortable while you're listening to it, whether you're like cleaning your bedroom, studying, whatever it is, okay? Because it is a long reading. Now, you chose this pile. Welcome. Now, I'll leave your crystal over here. And so pretty much first, I'm going to look into the personality of this person, and I'll just tell you everything they give me. Then I'll ask whether you already know this person or not. And then from there, we'll know whether maybe you could have also dated this person in the past or not. I'll look into how compatible you two are as well, things that you will agree on, disagree on, the dynamic of this connection, and your love story. So we'll see how things happen, because every pile I'm sure will be very different. Just, pile number 1 already was, they don't meet necessarily under romantic pretenses. Like, it's not like a first date. So I really think the love story will give you a lot of details of how this will go about, so you can also, I guess, identify this better. Now, this person better. And just do remember also that, of course, this is a journal reading. A lot of things will make sense. Do listen to it with an open mind, because as well, this is your future husband or wife. So sometimes we're surprised of, we're looking for this thing, and then we end up with this amazing thing, and both things are amazing, or both scenarios are amazing, but one is meant for you. And let's just be open-minded to this, even if it doesn't sound like what at this age or point in your life you will be looking for. Okay, so far this person got the 10 of Pentacles, the 2 of Wands. So this is describing that other person, your future husband, your future wife. Also, do remember that this reading is like, gender doesn't matter in this reading. I will say a lot of he or she, but really you need to understand that I'm not talking about gender. I'm just sometimes talking about energies, and I'm a woman, so I will be saying he a lot. So don't take that personal. Just use it as like, I'm just talking about someone, and apply it to the gender that you're attracted to. Okay, so with this 10 of Pentacles, this is already letting me know that this person, I think, could be someone much more traditional, conservative. Family is everything to them. Yeah, Two of Wands, Four of Swords. I think this person is more like low key. Some people can be very, very extroverted, and you can tell right away based on the reading. But this person, now, 10 of Cups. Look, 10 of Cups and 10 of Coins. This person 100% is all about family. It's all about spending the time with the people he or she cares about the most. Building a home. It's all about having, not only building a home, but having the money to like buy a house and the finances to be able to keep their family safe. And he is someone who not only cares about like his future family, but also about his family, like his parents, his brothers, his siblings. Is someone who I really feel like takes care of others and has such a big heart. This person has travel, yes, but I really feel like this person is more like low key, and you may not see him all and about and going to clubs or going to a lot of parties unless they're like family reunions, because it just feels like the type of person that will spend his time at family reunions or with his family all the time. Like, he enjoys that. Yeah, 10 of Swords. I do also feel like this person is very generous. This person could have also a dog, or maybe you two will get a dog once that you're together, but I feel like this man, this woman has a dog, or in here they put like a golden retriever, and I just feel like golden retrievers are also like dogs are being used for not guard dogs at all. It's more about assistance dogs, like special assistants, because of like they're smart, but they're also very calm. And so that's how I feel like it's giving me golden retriever vibes. Someone who is really nice, someone who's very kind, someone who's really like generous, someone who has traveled. But I feel like he has traveled more like in the latest years of his life. Not so much in the beginning. I feel like in the beginning he really wished he really dreamt about being able to travel, being able to do new things, explore, but maybe there was a sense of responsibility, or there was like a reason why he did not. I do think that because of the personality, it wouldn't be too far-fetched for him to want to live close to his parents. Maybe not in the same house, but close to. So this could already give you hints as well of maybe the cultural background, because, one thing is, let's say Mexican culture. I'm Mexican. I grew up in Canada, but I'm Mexican. And when I go back to Mexico all the time, I realize how we are such traditional people back in Mexico, and families stay very tight and kids stay at home. And when I was in Canada, I felt this pressure of, at 20 I left home and everything, because everyone used to do that. But I just feel like this person could be the type of partner that wants to live near his parents or near your parents, not in the same house, but like within so when I moved out, my parents ended up moving like 2 streets over. And when my sister moved out, she lived within the same street but in a different building. It was like, we're Mexican. So I just feel like it's like maybe culturally this person does want to be around his family. If their family moves in a specific country, they will do the same thing too, just to like be close by. I do also get the sense that he or she is an amazing host. They're like, everyone wants to go to like their house, their place. And I do think that that's how it's going to stay as well once that you marry, because he's like this very welcoming person. He's very more low-key. I feel like he rather stay at home a lot of times. He does like to travel, but I feel like maybe it could be if it's just like vacation, because going on vacation is very different from like traveling and getting like going to a specific place for like a large amount of time, or like digital nomad. Like something I do is like moving every 3 months to a different town, but vacationing is very different. I do feel like this person does go on vacation, and that's a part that like he or she likes to travel, likes to explore new places in the world, and will be open to like visit most places that maybe are not so popular. Like everyone maybe wants to go to New York, or everyone wants to go to Paris, France, but not everyone wants to necessarily go to Delhi, India, or something like that, or Mexico. But this person, I feel like he may not be like social, but he is more of an explorer or open to travel. But he keeps to himself. That's something that it's clear. I don't feel like he has a burst of energy. I'm not feeling that essence of like someone who's on the go all the time and like has so much energy and nothing can stop him, and he wakes up early like at 5 a.m. No, none of that. I really see him like that golden retriever type of person that does like to like get all his hours of sleep. That is like, I think that one of the most positive things of this person is he is present. He understands that you have to live in the present and you have to show people that you love them now, because you don't know if they're gonna be there later. And I don't feel like he will be the type of person or parent. You know how some parents will maybe work really hard, like they're doing okay, but then they're going to take their business to another level, and they will keep saying that they're doing it for the kids. And I understand the sentiment, but you don't understand that you're also missing your kid's life by doing that. And this person is completely the opposite. Even if, he will be okay with not having to make so much money, but because he'd rather stay at home. And he's the type of person that I feel like he will want to stay at home or work from home when he has kids. He wants to be very present because, like I said, family is everything. And I just feel like this person respects his elders as well. Like, that's something they're giving me, is like he respects his elders. He respects hierarchy in that way. Also, with the High Priestess, this person is very intuitive, and he's very perceptive. Like, he can see things that other people don't. And I don't mean like entities, although it could be entities, but it's more about like he can tell, or she's very intuitive, so they see things or they pay attention to things that other people will never notice. And that's something you will probably see right away. This person too could be like, waiting for the right person. So in part of his personality, he really is waiting for the right person to come in. And I just feel like with this Four of Cups next to it, you see how this person has cups in front of her but is not seeing them or accepting them, and there's even like another one being given to her. So I do think that his or her priority is to find the right person, not just to find a person. Not sure if it doesn't seem like he is a romantic, but he really understands that to be happy, he needs to find the right partner. So I do think that he's very realistic. Right now, there's no like that lovey-dovey passionate person that is in love with love. No, it's more of like he has a list of things, or she has a list of things that make sense, and that she now knows that he or the future person needs, so this marriage can work, or this relationship can work. I do think that this person give himself time off whenever he needs it. He is very smart about that. I do think sometimes a lot of fire signs of Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo, they don't know when to stop because they're not connected with their physical body as much as other people. Like water signs, like me, Scorpio, the second I feel like a bit tired, like I can feel in my body and I stop. But like fire signs, they just don't read. Like they don't connect with their body and they just keep pushing themselves. And there's also men that do that because fire element is a masculine energy. So there's a lot of men with that masculine energy that they will push themselves past what they're capable of and they don't give themselves time to rest. And this person, a woman or a man, doesn't matter, he gives himself that time. He's someone who would pamper himself when need be. He is someone who will take time off when needed be. And maybe like he will take, like he knows that he needs some time off and he will take like 2 weeks off from work, not do anything, not go like on vacation, but he will literally do nothing because he knows he just needs to like recoup that like energy level. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see if you already know this person. Now, if you have made it up to this point of the reading, and there's so much left, do subscribe. Do give it a like. Just, you know, just click on subscribe. You can turn on the notifications and or not. And I only post once a week, really. And leave a comment as well if you can. Just, you know, putting pile 2 or pick pile 2. Thank you so much. And yeah. Alrighty. So angels say that most of you do know this person. Most of you may have met this person through like an event, a party or something like that, but maybe nothing later on came out of it. But you do already know this person. Maybe a family event, maybe yeah, like a gathering. Maybe it could be like, it just means like an outside event. Like you could have met this person at a museum gala. Okay, something like that. But yeah, you have met this person already. When I ask about whether you have already dated this person, for most of you, you haven't dated this person. But remember, this is a general reading and so many of you will be watching this, so this is why I wouldn't like hold on to that answer. But majority of you don't know this person. Sorry, you do know this person. Okay, let's look at if you're compatible with this person. And I will just draw a couple astrology cards. And you will be on this side and he or she will be on this side, okay? There's Aquarius in second house. I'll draw another card. Just one. Okay. And Gemini. Now, those that are already familiar with my style of tarot reading, you know that I like to shuffle the cards this way, and then I like them to come out flying on their own, okay? I don't, everyone has their own style. I don't have judgment on anyone's style, but I don't do the whole picking the cards like that. I don't. So also whenever you see like a bunch of cards flying out, why I don't take them all is because I also like to keep everything organized, and that's something I tell my angels all the time. And I'm doing this, I'm taking the time to sit down and putting out content for you guys, and so I like things to come clear, to come out clear, and for to do that I like one by one. Just clarifying that, because on my other channel I do get a lot of, well, initially I used to get a lot of comments about the way I used to do tarot readings, and like, I mean, that's my way and that's how it works for me. And so I realized that I do need to clarify that. Alrighty, on his side or her side, you got the Ascendant, let's see. Well, already I see that Uranus and Quincunx. Okay, well, this is not a planet or a zodiac sign or a house, so I'm just going to draw another one. But already, you know, Uranus in Aquarius is square. Give me 1 second. So, even if you don't know about astrology, no worries. So Aquarius does belong to the 11th house, and Uranus does belong to that house as well. So it's a planet, a house, and a zodiac sign. So you got Aquarius energy, and he or she got Uranus planet energy. So already this is giving me a hint of you two being compatible. This could be because you two, I think you are extremely smart people. You are extremely, Aquarius, they're just like geniuses. And you got Aquarius plus Gemini on your side. So I do think that you're someone, you got 2 air signs. And Gemini is very smart. And Aquarius is very futuristic and thinks of ways to better the world. And Gemini is like this genius mind. So I just think that you may be an air sign. You could be a Gemini, a Libra, or Aquarius, although I feel like more of a Gemini and Aquarius. And you're someone who you're very analytic. You're very smart. You are great at communication. And the thing about when I say communication, sometimes people don't explain this, but with so much air energy, you will be great at communicating, but not all communication has to be verbal. Do remember that. Some people, it's like, will not be really good verbalizing things, but they will be great at writing things. There's other ways of communicating things, and like, it just seems like you're really good at it. You definitely could be the person that has the potential to not only write a book, but actually direct a research or something like that, scientific research if need be, and like just publish like something that could really benefit the world. And so I just think that you are a genius mind. You're a genius. And on this side, this person got that Aquarius energy with Uranus, so very like futuristic as well. It may be very focused on technology. Maybe one of you two may be a scientist, or you two are very like scientist people, more scientific people. So maybe you two are not necessarily religious, and so you will connect very well on the way that you two think. Yeah, and that's why from his side, I didn't feel like this person was spiritual. Yes, with the High Priestess, seems like he is very intuitive, but it didn't seem like someone who's spiritual. And I just feel like you two will have like great connection with the second house on your side. And then also, I'm just seeing this. On his side, he got Venus. Now, second house belongs to Taurus, and the planet is Venus as well. So perfect. You already got 2 out of 3, and you two are very, very, very compatible then. I do think that you two enjoy the nice things, the finest things in life. You enjoy luxury, and not necessarily like luxurious things, but being able to buy whatever you want. Sometimes, you know, when someone who's very materialistic and someone who's not get together, there could be like some like adjustments to be made, and there could be a lot of conflicts. But you two are materialistic, and materialistic is not something bad. I need to clarify that. It's just that their zodiac signs are more materialistic, like Taurus, Libra. They're much more materialistic, and this is, if you have a lot of Taurus or Libra in your chart, you'll realize that you really care about how your appearance, your clothes, quality things. You care about having. You may get attached to materialistic things, to like your clothes, to material things. You're the type of person that maybe is like, no, this is mine. Like, I take care of it. I know you won't take good care of it. And some of us are really not materialistic, so also that means that maybe sometimes we don't give a value to it, so we may not take such good care of things. But I do see you two will, mainly the way you think, the analytic mind. One of you two definitely has like a high education, I think. This is a pile that I think that one of you does have a PhD, or ones that they're like working, they're doing like a research, or they're studying even more, they're going back to school, because I do think that you two prioritize knowledge. And yes, I'm talking about academic knowledge, because sometimes it's like spiritual knowledge, life knowledge, but in this case it's academic knowledge, and anything that can also save you time. And this is why I feel like researchers, I think that both of you could be data analysis or researchers or something like that. Now let's see what you two will agree most on and what you won't really agree on. Now, number 8 is really important in this reading. And number 8, this could mean that you two as a couple, you'll create a number 8. It's interesting. See how the star and the 8 of swords, and on both cards there's a string. And both cards are number 8 because one is 17, but 1 plus 7 is 8. So similar frequency, just different ways of seeing it, but at the end of the day it takes you to the same place. And I do think that you both agree. I don't think you're necessarily, any of you, very religious, but you do both agree of the possibility of making your dreams happen. And how like it's down to you. So one person may believe more in manifestation, or like, but at the end of the day, you got the string. So meaning that you got the power to make this happen. And the other person, it's like how she put those strings on her hands, stopping her to be free and stopping her from doing whatever she wants to do. So I think that you two, this is why I feel like you're not religious, because a big belief of yours is, I'm responsible for everything and I can make anything happen. It's really down to me. It's not down to God. It's not down to luck. It's not down to any of this stuff. It's down to me. And so I think that you two agree on that, of like being able to manifest your own luck, manifest your own opportunities, and that at the end of the day it's something that you're capable of doing. One person sees it more like realistic and the other one a bit more spiritual. I feel like you may see it a little bit more spiritual than he does. Now, the one thing that you two disagree on is like, I feel like you are someone that is much tougher. Like nothing can take you down. And I do think that the other person, like I said, whenever he or she feels down, has to take some time off, will pamper himself. And I just feel like you are such a strong person, and you two won't agree on how to deal with tough times. That's what I feel like. You just don't agree with how to deal with tough times. And also, I feel like this other person, your husband or your future wife, is like, he wears his heart on his sleeve. Even if he's not like romantic or anything like that, I just feel like he's more sensitive, or she's more sensitive, while you are not as sensitive. And so I do think that maybe your moon signs may not be as compatible, and sometimes you could be like, you're not being mean or rude, but he needs things being told like nicer, or like you will interpret a situation like, no, she just told you this, or he just told you this, and his interpretation was like, no, this was personal, or this hurt me, and you're like, what are you talking about, boy? Like, what? I just feel like you're such a strong person that you don't like, it's like he wears his heart on his sleeve and you have it protected. Not in a cold type of way, but you don't get like into this whole like maybe also crying as much. And so I do think that there may be a little bit more arguments on that. Let's see the dynamic of this relationship. Now, group number 2, if you have made it up to, this point of the reading, you really, really, really do have to subscribe, to give it a like. Now, see, you got this 2 of Cups. So this is talking about soulmate dynamic. So you two, I just love it how each pile is so different. Like every dynamic is so different. Like you two are my like 2 little scientists or 2 little geniuses, and very different from first pile. Page of Cups, 4 of Wands, Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups, and 2 of Swords. So there's a lot of fire, water, and a bit of air, but mainly fire and water. The mix in this dynamic. Now, fire and water is, whenever that's the mix, that's the most creative, artistic mix possible. So I think that you two may be like this 2 more rational people on your own, but together I just feel like it's fireworks. And I just think that you create a much more lovey-dovey dynamic that you ever expected to have in your relationship. And yeah, I was expecting something different because of how like you two with the astrology, hints of your of how compatible you are. I was expecting something different, to tell the truth, but I'm like, wow, it is true that when we fall in love and we find like that one person, this other side of us that has always been there does come out. And I do think that you two will have really cute dates. You'll be very lovey-dovey. You'll be... Did the same cards come out from pile 1? I think the same 2 cards for like crystal energy came out. Okay, I'll draw one last card. But maybe you were feeling a bit like connected with pile number 1 too, but I feel like it's just watch the dynamic part of it, not the whole video, okay? So I do think that you two will have the best of time whenever you guys go outside and everything. Sometimes there's some couples that do get along at home, but they don't actually like to go out together, or they don't feel like they can socialize with the same kind of people. But for you, it's like you two as a couple, you are rocking outside with other couples or like with other people. Like you two will socialize with other people. So, and also it's interesting because him by himself, he doesn't socialize that much, but with you two actually do go out and socialize much more, have so much fun. Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups, a lot of beginnings, a lot of like optimism to begin something. I think that also you two being together, there's like this artistic or creative side that opens up in your life. You're like, wow, I never picture myself like this type of person, or this kind of person that wants to get into creative workshops or things like that. Definitely soulmate connection, or you two work as a team all the time. With this Ace of Wands and Ace of Cups, this could mean that one of you is a fire sign and the other one is a water sign. And it's like the intimacy, but like the feel, because one thing is, intimacy to me is feelings before like the sexual intimacy. And the sexual intimacy, of course, the sexual part becomes intimate because you already have that love and that caring for one another. And you have both. You have that caring and that physical attraction. So just letting you know, you do actually feel attracted to this person a lot. And I will be very transparent about this because sometimes I get messages of like, be open-minded about the other person appearances. May not be who you think it is, or something like that. And so I already know. And as I'm saying that, you got the attraction card. So this is someone who definitely you're attracted to, and you just enjoy every minute of it. And you also got romantic feelings, and it's just telling you your romantic feelings are true and they're worth exploring. I do think that this could also mean that because you have never shown that side of you, some people will be like, okay, don't overdo it. Like, you're just, is this really you? And it's like, yeah, this is really me. And I just see like you have, with this person, like you have an opportunity to flourish, to develop your instincts. And it's just like they're telling you, follow your instincts when you find this person, because because this is a side of you that you may not have explored in the past that awakens. You have to validate those feelings. Maybe in the past you have criticized, like, oh, when people have like show PDA, and like, I'm not all about that, like I'm not about that, and I'm not about lovey-dovey love and whatever. And like now you do. It's like, don't judge you. You didn't know better back then, and that's why you look down on that. But now that you can feel it, don't judge yourself. Just let it go. And then okay, so for the lapis azul crystal that you got is activate intuition, be a clear channel, access the Akashic records, stay grounded, feel protected and safe, promote clarity in the dream time. Now, the Akashic records, I do think that could be because he is so close to his family. You may start getting a bit more like interested to know more about your own family, asking questions. I just think that you found your person and your teammate, and you will never ever feel alone. And I feel like you feel like this cool couple as well, and you just love doing all activities with him and socializing with him and taking him to weddings and taking him to any events. Let's see your love story, so I understand this better as well. And but the Akashic records, something about that. The Akashic records, I don't know much about it, but I do know that pretty much is going back to energies or karmic or events that created this karmic experiences in your life based on people before you on your family tree. And this could be people that you have never met. And sometimes your mom has passed away, sometimes your grandma has passed away, sometimes you never even met your great uncle, right? And so how could you get these answers from him? So the Akashic records is like channeling those people and the energies in the event that marked them, and that because they couldn't deal with it then they pass it on to you, and then that way you get to understand where did this come from, and you are capable as well of letting it go because you understand that it was never yours to begin with. And by dealing with this stuff, you don't pass it on to the next person. Now, and so I think that they're telling you this may be something you will explore at some point in your life as a couple as well. Okay, so I do think, like I said, a lot of you already know this person because I feel like in the beginning when you meet this person, one of you, it just feels very stuck in his or her situation, like doesn't have the capacity to move forward with the other person. And so everyone goes and does their own thing. One person will travel. I do feel like you two like manifest each other in some way. But you two meet and there's like, it's not that there's not attraction. I just feel like one of you or both of you feel like the situation is not ideal. Like you have this knowledge in the sense of like, you know this person is amazing, but you're just not at a time in where you know you can do something about it. And this sometimes could be like when someone is broke, and has no money to go on dates. Like, what do you want to do? What can you do? So it's like you are tied down, or like that you have to go back home in like a couple of days, so really starting anything doesn't make sense. And I do think that there's some travel involved in here. Maybe you two were not living in the same town, the same country, and you go and do your own thing. And I just feel like one of you makes, you two, like destiny connects you again because you manifested each other. And I do feel like in the beginning, one of you is there for the other person more like as support, like supporting the other person, supporting each other, trying to like be the optimistic friend or the optimistic partner. But like in the beginning of this connection, when you reconnect, I don't feel like it's like everything is harmonious right away. And then finally, after that happens, could be because when you meet again, one of you two are going through a loss. Maybe you just got fired or something, and then this is a general reading, and then you finally start going on dates. But I feel like you guys did things backwards because you're there for one another first, and then you start going on dates and you start like flirting with one another and like realizing that you like each other. And I just feel like both of you turn your situation around, whether it was money, health issues, whatever that was making you feel like you were not good enough. Because I do think that one of you was feeling like they're not good enough right now for the other person, or they were dealing with other stuff. And then you actually do marry once that you can turn the page on that, and you're like, you know what, not you, like could be you or the other person. But I do feel like now I get this teamwork, because even before you started dating romantically, I feel like you were also there, like one of you were there for the other as support. And yeah, that's your reading, group number 2. I do hope that this reading, was useful, that you did enjoy it. Do remember to subscribe, to give it a like. Of course, if at any point you wish to have a private reading, you can just book one on my website, tarotbyfernanda.com. Hi there, I'm Fernanda. I'm the tarot reader behind this YouTube channel, where you can find several pick cards of different topics. Now, whether you guided yourself with this obsidian heart, or maybe you guided yourself by the deck, either way, welcome, pile number 3. Now, I'll put this heart over here. And so just be ready for a long reading, okay? This is a very in detail tarot reading, and so make sure you're comfortable while you're listening to this, and also make sure that you have an open mind when you're listening to this, because sometimes when we hear about our next relationship, it does sound like someone we would end up with, but when it comes to like our future husband and wife, sometimes that's just so down the road, or like later in the future, that maybe the current self may not be open to that type of person or marriage, okay? So just listen to this with an open mind, and just trust that you chose this person for a reason. And also do remember that, of course, this is a general reading, so only take what resonates, and the rest, just leave it. And first I'm gonna look at the characteristics of this person, his personality or her personality. And then also I will be asking on your behalf whether you already know this person, or is it someone completely new. And then I will look at how compatible you two are, based a little bit in astrology, the things that you'll agree the most on, the things that you will disagree on. Then we go to the love story and also the dynamic of the relationship, because it's incredible how each one of you will have your own personality, but when you come together, it builds a specific dynamic that sometimes is very different from your own personality or his personality. And also do remember that this type of reading is meant for everyone. I will say he, she, but don't take it literally as a gender, because pretty much I talk about energy, I refer to energy, and I'm a woman, so I will be saying he a lot, and I will try to remember to say he and she. But do remember that in these readings, I'm not necessarily talking about gender or sexual orientation or age. So let's start. Now, the first card that came out is the Hierophant to describe this person. Now, the Hierophant does represent like a lot of knowledge. It represents tradition, represents religion as well. And this already also the energy predominant with the Hierophant, that's Taurus energy. This could be that this person is a Taurus. I mean, I have yet to see any other zodiac signs that do come out. Then this person also got the Fool. I like to see the Hierophant next to the Fool, because this is telling me that, okay, this person, I think that he's a straight up man, a straight up woman. She's someone with a lot of values, okay? A lot of values, and someone who has morals, because with the Hierophant, if that comes out, that's a major arcana, and the Fool as well is a major arcana. So when the Hierophant describes someone, I already know that this person is really like a stand-up person. He or she will never hurt someone. No, she or he will never do anything that is deemed wrong to get his or her way. Like, this person got such a strong moral compass and has really strong values. And I do think that this person, what he teaches, what he preaches, he does. Sometimes there's people that will preach so much, but they don't do like anything that they're actually saying or preaching about. But I do feel like this person is like a stand-up person, and I like to see the Fool right next to it, because the Fool does, of course, talk about this like sense of freedom. So imagine someone who is like this traditional, more conservative, more cultural oriented, more family oriented person, yet he's not like a tied up person. He is like still free. He's still like really funny, has a sense of humor. He still takes risks. So sometimes, because sometimes we look at people that are very religious, or they're very traditional, or they think that things have to be done a certain way, and so we believe that they're too strict, and sometimes they go to an extreme. But this person is someone who I just think is very wise, has a lot of knowledge, maybe has even studied the Bible, has even studied like the Quran. I don't know the names of all the all the other versions of the Bible in different religions, but I do think that this person is committed to knowledge when it comes to any type of books that have to do with religion or tradition or values. And so anything that also gives him a moral compass, he will read it and he will study it. So for some reason, they also tell me this person could have studied psychology, could have studied, like, he likes to understand the, like, why people do what they do. But with the Fool, this is like how spontaneous he is as well, and he does talk about how original he is, how authentic he is, how he will take risks, and he doesn't care about what others think, because this is another thing. Sometimes when we stand up for specific things, we're shy to say it out loud because it's not cool. But I just feel like this person is really like self-aware of who he is, and he doesn't like apologize for it whatsoever, and it's really like take me or leave me, because I won't change. And I really feel like this person is so authentic and has done so much work to be authentic. And then if this person is not, let's say, religious, he could also be very spiritual and very conservative. And by conservative, I do think this person does believe in marriage and does think to like things are done in specific order. I do feel like, and there's this really like more conservative side to him, and yet there's this magical, authentic side to him as well. And I just, this person, amazing catch. You also, well, this person got the Queen of Wands, so this confirms once more that authentic side of him or her. This person is magical. This person could be very spiritual. So this is why also if this person is not religious, this person is very spiritual and believes in the order of things, believes in a God or a higher higher power, and believes that everyone has a purpose. Like, this is definitely not the type of person that believes that, well, we're here and this is it. Like, there's no God, there's no purpose, there's no reason. We're just cells that stick together and form a human body. Like, not at all. This person is very optimistic, and like I said, I think that charismatic as well, very charming. And I do think that he or she gets other people's attention a lot. And you will realize that pretty quick. Then also the Eight of Wands. Seriously, I think that this pile, the person you guys pick so far to like also my own taste, I feel like, my personal taste, I feel like this person is just magical. This person is edgy. This person is like, he knows how to make other people feel excitement or feel excited about something. So I do think that he has a sense of humor, and he has a lot of energy, and his energy, his positive energy and his optimism is very contagious. And that's something I can really already tell. So I just think that when you're around this person, you're going to feel awesome. This person, because of the Fool together with the Queen of Wands, although he is conservative or she's conservative and she knows that she wants to marry, it doesn't take away the fact that he loves his freedom, or she loves her freedom. She's quite independent on her own. So I just feel like it's the type of person that gives me the vibe of like, will only settle down when they find like a diamond or a gem, because they're so well on their own. They have this strength and confidence of themselves. They're so authentic. They will never pretend to be something they're not for the sake of someone else. And so they're such a stand-up person, like loyal, conservative, and at the same time loves to travel, loves to take risk, magical, very intuitive, very like powerful and determined, and she's passionate, or he's very passionate with everything. Also, I do feel like this person, with the Queen of Wands, she or he has like a strong character. And I do think that, when there's some people that they're very like loving and sweet, and so you need to make sure that when you say something to them, you say it in a very sweet way and you're very careful. But with this person, it's like you don't have to be so careful around her or him, because he can handle it. And I feel like this person would rather you being authentic with him than like sugarcoating it. So this is my type of person 100%. And there's also the Page of Wands, Eight of Wands. I do think that this person could be a bit impatient at times. Could be also someone who either walks very fast or talks very fast. There's something about like impatience, like yeah, like he or she needs to be in constant movement. Okay, I do feel like this is the type of person that maybe could have a hard time sitting down unless that you guys are having like really deep conversations. And I do feel like this person loves to walk. That's the thing. It's like in the move. Like this person rather be walking. So I think that like if he were to choose between like driving and walking, I think this person does enjoy walking. I'm not saying that this person doesn't have a car, it's just that this person enjoys walking a lot. Then there's the Empress, series, and then the Star. Seriously, group number 3, pile number 3, you guys, like this person got 4 major arcanas, 1 queen. It's just like, this person is top notch. It's like top shelf. Seriously, this person is a gem. This person is not someone you change because she has or he has already done so much work and he intends to keep doing work. But with the Empress and the Star, now remember this is feminine energy, but I'm not talking about necessarily a she or he. But this person is gorgeous, like really, 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 really pretty. With the Star and the Empress is a type of like beauty, because there's a difference between someone who is cute, beautiful, sexy, hot. Like someone could be hot but doesn't have necessarily a beautiful face. And so in this case, this person, I can really tell with the Empress and the Star, I do think that she is beautiful or he is really handsome. And I just feel like she or he would, how there's no like one person that everyone would like because everyone has a different taste. But I do think that a lot of people find this person beautiful. Even if they wouldn't necessarily date her, like they're like, no, she's very beautiful, like, or he's really handsome. And there's this dreamy look about her or a dreamy look about him. So because of the dreamy look, it could be the eyes, whether the eyes are big of this person, or maybe like her face, everything could look very more like angelic, or could look very like she's dreamy, like she's dreaming all the time. She's like looking around. I mean, I am always looking around. And I have been told that, but this is like looking around like yeah, like this all the time. And like you talk to her and she's like, yeah. Like she's like not even in this, like from this world. Like she walks around, but she's like in her bubble or in his bubble. I do think that this person could have a really strong connection with nature as well. So you may see her or him like touching plants and like moving around like a worm, or moving around, I don't know, helping like a ladybug, bringing a ladybug outside. Like it's that type of person that won't step on a spider, would actually take the spider out. This person also, I just feel like if this is the woman you're asking about, well, I mean, that you are looking for your future wife, this person is definitely wife material. From the beginning, you'll see that. And from the beginning also, it's like, that she will be such a great mom. Whether you guys want kids or not, that she would be such a great mom. And she will be like such a nurturer and caring. And this is the thing with the Queen of Wands, it shows her strength and her magical side, her spiritual side, her authentic side, the passionate side she has, how self-confident and self-assured she is. But with the Empress and the Star, the Empress, we're talking about the mom, like mother figure, and like this young woman, and then a mother, and then later on, it's like she is very poised on how she will age as well. I find that woman or man, this person will age very nicely. And I think that you will see right away, like she's very careful with everything. I think that this person could be a little bit vain as well. But that's like one little thing, which is, she's very sensual, or he's very sensual, and I do think that you will always feel like this person is seducing you, always. Like the way that he or she is like, and the way she looks, and the way she talks, and like the way that she like touches her hair and everything is like, she's seducing you. Yeah, and I do think that she or he gets a lot of attention for sure. I do think that faith is a big thing for him. He believes in like, no dream is too big, or no dream is impossible. And I do think that he dreams of a better world, because with the star also represents Aquarius energy, and Aquarius belongs to the 11th house. And this house and this energy of Aquarius, it's usually, I want to help the world. I want to make the world better. I want to do something to better the world, but without being part of it. So the 11th house, it's all about humanitarian acts. It's all about working in teams. It's all about organizations that do help others, like the ONU, any like organizations, let's say, that are helping for kids to have, like, to be able to have breakfast, to eat breakfast, to have access to food, things like that. So that all of that would belong to house 11, which is Aquarius energy, which is the star. So I do think that this person wants to leave the world better, and everything he does, everything she does, you will see it. I think that you will just be so in love with her, because it's like, or him, because it's like, who would not, seeing all of these qualities? He has a lot of energy and always has like new ideas. And with the star is like, I just feel like this is someone who not only takes but also gives so much, and is someone who is like very humanitarian. And yeah, I do think that this pile, if there was a pile where I will say like this person could be vegetarian or vegan, it will be this pile. And with the Hierophant, it does let me know that this person is willing to learn new things. And yeah, I do think that maybe this person also is pretty comfortable being on social media. Not necessarily has to be an influencer, but some of you, this person could actually be like a YouTuber, an influencer, someone who is more comfortable like being like on camera. I don't know about you, but I know that this person is much more comfortable doing that. She's pretty spontaneous. She's like, or he's the type of person that will be like, let's dance under the rain. It's the type of person that will like get up and dance. It's the type of person that would like jump like something that is blocking you guys from, or no, okay, let's say that you go to a museum and it says don't go in here, only employees allowed. Like he will go in and he will be like, come on. So he is very spontaneous, I'll say that. Alrighty, so let's look, let's ask whether you already know this person or not. Now, group pile number 3, if you have made it to this point of the reading, this is the time to just press subscribe, to just give it a like, and if you can just leave a comment already and just say, I chose pile number 3, thank you. I will be so thankful, and I seriously appreciate those people that are just doing it right now, because that really helps this channel to keep growing. Alrighty, so let's see if you already know this person or not. Yes, you do know this person, and the thing is, there's the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups under the deck. So I do think that some of you met this person already, like romantically, while others, majority of you have not met this person romantically. So majority of you met this person with the earth element. This could be work, collaborations, could be family members, like a family member of a family member, something like that. A friend of a family member. It was not necessarily like romantic, but you have already met this person, okay? But do remember that this is a general reading, so some of you may have not met this person, but for most of you, you have met this person. Some of you have actually already dated this person as well, because the Knight of Cups was under the deck. So I'll say that 70% of you have met this person not under romantic, like you have never had anything romantic to begin with, and the intention was not romantic when you first met. And then 30% of you have already met romantically or even had a relationship with this person, okay? Maybe are in a relationship with this person. Let's look at how compatible you two are. Now also, before I forget, because I keep forgetting, if you ever need a private reading, you can just buy one on my website, tarotbyfernanda.com. I publish a new pick a card every week. Seriously, there's so much content on this channel, and I will keep uploading content. And I do think there's already a lot of information from this pick a cards, but if you ever have like a very important question where you cannot leave it to like a general reading or like a maybe, then do book one. Okay, let's see. On this side, it will be your energy, like you, and then on this side will be this other person, okay? So let's look. So I'm using an astrology deck, and just to look at, if you two are compatible in the way that you love, in the way that you like your energy, the way you present yourself. So far, you got Neptune, Mars, and Chiron. Now, Chiron is it is not a planet; it's a steroid, and it does represent your deepest wound. So, then you got Neptune, which that belongs to Pisces, and Mars that belongs to Aries, although other people will say that also represents Scorpio, because for a very long time Scorpio did not have Pluto, it was Mars, but now Scorpio and Pluto is the same energy. Alrighty, and then this other person got Pluto. So already Pluto and Mars are very strong planets. So I feel like on your side so far you have Pisces energy, like strong Pisces energy, Mars, which will be Aries energy, but could also be a bit of Scorpio. And then Pluto, when you get this other person, could be a Scorpio, has really strong Pluto energy, and which would kind of also, this person, I'm a Scorpio, so I can't say it and being like, I know that I'm not being objective, but at the same time, studying astrology, I realized that Scorpios are one of the, if they don't do the work, they are they're shit. If they don't transform and they don't do the work, the inner work, they are pessimists, they're negative, they're jealous, they're so possessive, they're so angry all the time, they could be very violent as well. But the Scorpios that do the work, they become such amazing people. So now I understand why this person could actually be a Scorpio, or has like very strong Pluto energy and presence and activity in his or her chart, because this would make me now understand how this person that sounded so amazing has come to be who he or she is today. Because seriously, this pile 3, I'm like, this person is amazing. And Venus, and I'm gonna get another card because this one is not a planet or a house or, okay, this person got 2 more cards. So this person got Pluto, and Scorpio. So this person, I will say 50% of you that are watching, your person or more, your person is a Scorpio or has strong aspects in his or her chart in either the 8th house, either under the energy of Scorpio, and may have like some, like, may create a powerful type of union with Pluto. So sometimes when you have your moon, your sun, and your Pluto together, then it just makes everything much stronger. In my case, I have Pluto, moon, and my sun with Pluto together, and then under Scorpio, under the 8th house as well. So this person is very, very, very like a Scorpio person. And I do think that you, with Neptune, you have this spiritual side of yours. I just feel like Scorpio, the spiritual side of Scorpio is very different from Pisces spirituality. I do think that Pisces spirituality and Neptune, and this may be your case if you're a very spiritual person, Pisces has this tendency at times to try to take very serious spirituality and then even try other things. I'm not going to talk about this in this video, but we'll try, recreational things to enhance his experience. Something that Scorpios are not like, they don't need to or want to, because they're more focused on mystical stuff, the occult, entities and all of that, while Neptune is this energy of, I need to feel love for everyone. I need to connect with the universal love. And so it's more yumbalala, to be honest, Pisces energy. But because you got Mars as well, I feel like you still are someone who still is practical and has structure. And so I just see a beautiful balance in you of spirituality. Yet, if it were too much Pisces energy, you will be someone who's crying all the time, who feels the pain of the world, and who couldn't get up at times out of bed because you just feel everything. And I do think that maybe you struggle with that, because with Chiron as well coming out in here, seems like you keep dragging your deepest wounds, and that shows in your life, and that shows how you show up every day. And so I do think that you're someone who may who maybe feels the pain of the world, the sadness of the world, and cannot explain why he or she feels like that, why you feel like that. But I do think that the more you tap on that Mars energy, that Aries energy, and you find a balance, you're gonna be able to get out of those dark places. I do think that with Neptune, it tells me that you're someone who loves deep and who also looks for that gem, or looks for that like perfect love, that like epic love story. And I do think that's a very Pisces thing, is look for the epic love story. And I'm just telling you, this person is pretty good. It's pretty amazing. So I'm sure that looking at the relationship dynamic will be like, and this other person is also spiritual, but is more than spirituality. I don't know if she will or he will say, I'm a spiritual person. This person is all about transformation. It's all about not lying to oneself. It's all about taking care of any shadow, any darkness, and accept it. And I do think that because of the Pluto and Scorpio energy and how amazing this person sounds, I just think that she or he would not judge you. He's not the type of person that judges others. And with Venus as well in here, love is everything to this person as well. And this also, you know how I said this person is conservative and knows that wants to marry, yet he is very independent and loves his freedom. Now I get it even more with Pluto and Scorpio, because they want, for them, for Scorpio energy and Pluto energy is more than just, intercourse. It's more than just sex. It has to be like a deep connection, like we become one. And that's like in bed, that's when they can connect. And with Pluto, Scorpio, and Venus together, I just think that this person only wants to connect in that way with their partner. And so I do think that you two with Mars, because Mars also does talk about that sexual needs as well, I do think you two will be great together. With the third house on his or her side, does show that this person is very social. And the thing about Geminis is not that people are extroverted or that they want to be going out all the time, because the third house does belong to Gemini and to the planet of Mercury. That is all about communication. It's just saying that this person not necessarily is extroverted, because with Scorpio and Pluto, this person is not. It's an introverted person, but he or she is very good talking to people, creating relationships, creating friendships, connecting with others. I do think you will realize pretty quick that people always have such a high perception of this person. Alrighty, okay. Let's see, what are some of the things that you two will agree on, and what are some of the things that you two will disagree on? And if you have made it to this, this far in this reading, this is the time to subscribe. If you haven't done so, this is the time to subscribe and to at least give me a like and to leave a comment. Alrighty, let's see. What are some of the things you two will agree? And what are some of the things that you will disagree? Okay. Disagree. Okay, get it. Alrighty, so I do think that when it comes to you two being like team players and, this whole teamwork, and you agree on, because this is all like, oh, I didn't show you. This is Earth. Yeah. Okay. This is Earth, the Earth element. So I do think that the ground rules, the commitment, plans in the future, you'll agree on. You agree into investing into the relationship. Remember, not everyone will invest the same way, but you will both invest either time, energy, financially. Do you remember that this person is also pretty conservative or pretty traditional? So if it's a he, and if it's a traditional, I'm sensing, he will want to pay for things. If it's a she will want for you to pay for things, or whoever the masculine energy is, whomever is taking that role, that I do think that this person is, so whomever is the feminine role in your relationship, regardless of your sexual orientation, this person will expect for the masculine energy, whoever has that energy, to be the one paying for things. Because of this is very clear in the reading, because of the conservative, more traditional person, yeah, it's clear, and that's something that they just reminded me to say again, because I didn't say it. I didn't mention it, but now with this, it's like you two agree on you're investing different things, either time, energy, money, and you both believe in each other's plans or each other's project. That's the thing. It's like you two have different projects. Maybe one of you has like an artistic one, and you are supporting each other, and you agree on that. You also, like, if you two wanted to go to therapy together or something like that, it's clear that this person will support that. They want they it's like they both of you agree on bettering each other, to be able to build structure in your life, to attract more abundance, but mainly I just feel like both of you have like very authentic projects of your own, and you support each other on that. So it's like I will never say anything wrong about your project, and you will never say anything wrong about mine, because we both understand where we're coming from, and maybe other people don't get it, but we do. And like you support each other on that. Now, what you may disagree on, and I think that you will want to move somewhere, or you want to travel somewhere. With this Three of Wands, it's like you want to also be on the move. And this person with the Seven of Swords, and on the bottom there's the Four of Swords, I just think that the other person, your husband or wife, sometimes likes to just stay at home a bit more. And I just feel also, I feel like this person doesn't want to do everything together. Likes to have, like, this person, his definition of resting, or his definition of getaway, is very different from yours at times. And I do think that there may be like a disagreement on a big move you guys want to make. Yeah, I just feel like this person, because you have this energy of Three of Wands, while this person has the energy of the Four of Swords and Seven of Swords. So this person doesn't want to move anywhere, doesn't want to budge, and you want to move. So this could be like your future husband or wife doesn't want to travel, and you do. Or doesn't want to travel as often, which I could understand, because bringing myself into this reading again, I have a sister, and she's an Aries, and I'm a Scorpio, and she wanted to move every month to a different city, and I had to put my foot down and be like, no, we're moving every 3 months, because I cannot be moving every month to a different city, because then I just don't feel like I get to know anyone or anything really. And so I just feel like you want to move faster, and this other person, he doesn't. He prefers staying longer periods of time, or the definition of vacation or traveling is very different. So this person wants to relax, while you want to be on the move, and you want to wake up at 7 a.m. and go for a hike and all of this. So you guys may disagree, and I do think that this person will tell you, like, you go and do your thing, it's fine, don't worry. And I don't feel like you want that. You want to do things together, and maybe you have never met someone that is that independent and that will like love you so much, but he doesn't feel like he needs to do everything with you. So alrighty. Let's look at the dynamic of this connection and your love story, okay? Let's look at the dynamic of this connection. Justice. Now, so 100% you two will marry legally. The Hermit. Already 2 major arcanas. I just think that you two... Oh, Queen of Wands. 2 major arcanas and a queen. Wow. And so I just think that this relationship is very authentic. I was just going to say there will be no lies in this relationship when the Queen of Wands came out. And then this confirmed how authentic your relationship, your marriage will be. There will be no lies between you two. There will be no lies or sugarcoating or I didn't tell you this because I thought that this will hurt you, or I didn't tell you this because I was trying to deal it on my own. Like, I just feel like there's so much transparency between you two. The Hierophant again, confirming once more that you're going to marry. You two will marry and you will have a traditional dynamic. And this is confirming it once again. The whole thing that I said, that whoever will be the male, masculine energy, represent the masculine energy, is expected to protect and provide and to lead. And the feminine energy will be nurturing, caring, okay, and creating a home. So, yeah, just letting you know, because the dynamic is pretty traditional, pretty conservative, with the Queen of Wands as the dynamic once more, and the Eight of Wands again. Those two energies, well, and the Hierophant, those three energies were coming actually from the person, from your future husband or wife. So I do think that this person is really influencing the dynamic of this connection. And you could be like, Fernanda, but I'm not intending to have a conservative or a traditional or to marry. Well, be open-minded. Remember, I'm just telling you, this person is has the Queen of Wands, Eight of Wands, and the Hierophant in his personality to begin with. And now in the dynamic, these three cards came out again. So I do think that, maybe this could be a new dynamic you have never been used to, but trust me, this dynamic is all about honesty, all about transparency. You two are so confident of each other. Like, there's no question asked. I feel like even if you heard a rumor about something, it's a type of dynamic that you either laugh or you ask as a person, but you literally or tell the person, I heard this joke the other day, or I heard about this, ha 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 ha. Like, you will never even think it's serious because you know who your partner is, and there's no questions about that. Physical attraction, pretty strong between you two, and physical connection, pretty strong as well. Because of the Hierophant, I do think that once the courting will be very conservative. To begin with. Yeah. Yeah, this person, or you two together will teach each other to cut any cords of attachment. You know how I said that this person is attached to nothing, or is someone who is pretty independent? So this person, or maybe you two together, is you create this dynamic of not being attached to things, to physical things of this world, and to also cut any ties with anyone that is not serving you. Also, I do feel as a couple, you two will become very intuitive people. You will become very intuitive people, and you will activate the environment that you create is one that will activate your intuition, that will give space for that. And that's important because I myself have been around people that, although I love them to death, they don't allow that in the environment. If I'm around them, they're like, don't tell me about the entities you see. I don't want to know anything. I don't want to know what happened to you or what you saw the other day. And they don't mean it in a bad way. And I know they love me to death as well, but they live in different realities and they'd rather not know. And so I just feel like this person, this dynamic instead is if there's one person who's more intuitive, and already I said, this person, your future husband or wife, I feel it's quite magical and intuitive. And I think that you two with Pisces energy, you may have special dreams, you may be very spiritual as well. So I do think that you will build together an environment of like utter love, but also utter respect for each other's beliefs and spiritual practices, and each other's intuition. Like you will validate it, like you will listen to each other, like, oh, this happened to me, and you won't be like, are you sure you didn't like dream about it? Are you sure like they said this, or are you sure you saw that? Like none of that. There's like you will create the right environment for like want to talk about these things. And yeah, there's a big beginning between you two. I just feel like it will really feel like a before and after in your life. Like before I knew her, or before I knew him, and then after I knew him. And it's just like your life will be so different. Now let's look at this love story. The Nine of Swords. King of Cups. Two of Cups. Page of Cups. There's a lot of cups here. The Five of Cups. The Hermit. Okay. Got the Nine of Swords, the Knight of Cups, the Three of Pentacles, the Two of Cups, Page of Cups, Five of Cups, and the Hermit. Oh, and something that was with the Hermit, part of the dynamic of your relationship, I do think that you two strive to always be better and to unlock any darkness, shadow, anything that is pulling you back. And I do think this is why I was saying like your relationship seems to be very honest and truthful, because you're truthful to each other, but you're truthful to yourself to begin with. And that is why I think that you two like just create such a supportive environment where everything that is said is being acknowledged and is being like validated. Now with this Nine of Swords, Knight of Cups, Three of Pentacles, Three of Cups, Page of Cups, Five of Cups, and the Hermit. Like I said, some of you did already date this person, and then it was like something romantic, and then it turned into like just colleagues again, or people that you know, or friends. But there is a reconnection. So some of you remember there was like could be that this started as something romantic, but for some of you it did not, and it was more a collaboration with someone. It was more about like a friend of a friend of a family member, colleagues. So but it just feels like before that, at least one of you was kind of having special dreams about the other person maybe, or was already being told that it was going to meet this person. And one of you also may have been like a bit already also losing hope of like finding the right person. And then you meet this person. Either he meets you or you meet him. And yeah, you two like, I just feel like you have this collaboration going on, or this like colleagues or friends energy first. Until then, with the Two of Cups, it's like, oh, now I know that this is my person. This is someone I do want to be with, or this is someone who is I'm meant to be with, because this person is my soulmate. And with this Page of Cups, Five of Cups, and the Hermit, I do think that, you know, Okay, before that, when I say reconnect or connect, some of you reconnect because you did have like something romantic with this person to begin with, and then you reconnect later on with this person again. And this Page of Cups, Five of Cups, and the Hermit, I do think that you are just in the starting stage of dating again when something happens. And not in your relationship. It's not about your relationship. It's something that happens outside of your relationship. And I do think that this person, I feel like this sounds, was it a bit like group number 2 that something happens? No, that was, it's just I feel like after you start dating, there is something here of like, whether one person has to move somewhere else, or maybe there's a loss. And I just feel like that person like will be there for you in the meantime. This could also mean maybe an ex returns, to be honest. But there's just something that brings a bit the attention outside of the relationship. And I don't mean that one person will like be looking at someone else. No, it's more about like there's something that happens that kind of takes the attention a bit away. Yeah. But then I do see like you two finding your way even in the darkness of things. So I don't know what is it that happens that kind of takes the attention a bit away from the relationship, which is when it was about to begin, when it was just about to begin and you guys were going to have dates and everything. But then I feel like there's more to the story, but you already know that you're going to end up marrying this person. But I think this reading is already long enough as it may be, as it is. And yeah, so do hope that you did enjoy this reading, and I hope to see you on the next pick a card. Bye. Hi there, pile number 4, and welcome to your reading. Now, I'm Fernanda. I'm the tarot reader behind all the pick a cards that you can find on this channel. Now, here's the deck that you selected, that I hope that you intuitively selected. And so let's start with your reading. Now, just a couple things. Remember that this is a general reading, so only take what resonates, and the rest, just leave it behind. Do listen to this with an open mind, because this is about your future husband, your future wife, and sometimes based on how ready you are to marry, or how soon this experience is meant for you, you may change a lot before this happens. And sometimes the description of this person may not sound like someone you would want to end up with, let's say, or it's not usually what you're attracted to. So, just make sure to listen to it with a very open mind. And that said, this reading will be pretty long, so make sure to be comfortable as well. While maybe you could be listening to it while you're cleaning, while you're doing some work, while you're laying down, really up to you. And I always do suggest to be wearing headphones when you're listening to a tarot reading. Alrighty, so far, when it comes to the description of the personality of your person, this person got number 14, which is Temperance, the Daughter of Staffs, and the 8 of Swords. Now, keep shuffling. So this person, I think that he or she has had very testing times in his life. Oh, also just letting you know, this pick a card is meant for like all genders, all ages. Seriously, sexual orientation is not important on these readings. I will say he or she a lot. Mainly I will say he, because I'm a woman and I'm thinking of men, but what I'm describing is characteristics, energies, so you apply that to the person that your future husband, your future wife, okay? And now, Daughter of Staves, Eight of Swords. Yes, I do feel like this person has gone through a lot of testing times, tough times where he has had to really keep his faith, to hold onto his faith. And I'm not referring to a religious person. It's just like, when you have hope that things will be better one day. I do think that this person has waited a very long time for things to be better, for things to turn around. So definitely I think that from all the piles so far, this is the last one, this person, the energy, the essence I'm getting is someone who had more of a troubled life when he was younger, more of a testing life, and to a point where like he will wonder like, when am I going to get a break? And he needed to hold hope that things will get better. I do also feel like there's a lot of air element to this reading, and this can also signify that this person can be very anxious at times, can be very stressed. I just feel like he has a hard time to control his mind and his thoughts, and sometimes his thoughts are not necessarily the most positive ones. He is someone who nevertheless knows that one day things will be better. He doesn't throw the towel whatsoever. And with the Daughter of Staves, this person is optimistic about one day feeling free and being able to find his purpose as well. It's interesting because there's a lot of air like energy, and air energy is Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. But I do think that when it comes to the optimistic energy, that's the fire element for him. So I do think that finding his passion, finding his purpose, that all of that belongs to the fire element, and finding his inner strength, finding confidence, that's something that motivates him. One day I'll be confident, one day I'll be stronger, one day, all of that. But it's the mental part, it's like his thoughts, the mind, that I think pulls him down. And I just feel like he has a hard time to organize thoughts at times. He's someone who also could be on social media a lot, and that could be one of the reasons why sometimes he feels down, because something I have noticed is like people that do spend a lot of time on social media, and I think that studies have been made about this, is you think it's depression or you think that's anxiety, but really what it is you're being on your devices way too long, and you have to disconnect because you're not living in the real world, which is making you feel like less than others. Now, I know that this first part sounded a little bit like, oh, well, he's a bit depressed or he is a bit anxious. He also has the King of Cups and the Lovers. The Lovers is Gemini, and that once again, that's an air element. But the King of Cups, that's water element. And this is someone who is a very loving person, more than romantic, because I think that he has grown or she has grown, and is not necessarily expecting romance 24/7. He's someone who knows how to express his affection, his love. He feels comfortable talking about it. I really think that the mental stuff that brings him down really has to do with himself. Like, he talks himself down, or he sometimes views things like it will be harder than what they are. And it's valid. is fully valid. Like, because sometimes, you know, when, and I think that this is why he's very optimistic that one day he will have like the confidence to find his purpose, and when he does, he will be happy. Because but I think that he's the type of person that small task that to you would like be no, like it wouldn't be hard at all, and would not be a reason to stress out. It does stress him out. Like, you know, like the type of person that maybe writing an email stresses him out, but he is a genius at other things. And you're like, I don't get it. Like, how is that you do this? Which other people would like, or you have this talent, so much talent, but yet you feel so anxious and stressed about these little things. And I do think that everything is about perception. There was this one time I was living in a small town where there's a lot of natives living there, and they don't speak the language. So I was in Mexico, so they don't speak Spanish. But they do receive money from the government, and so they need to withdraw that money from an ATM. And every time I would go to ATMs, there were always people in the corner waiting for someone kind to help them out. And one person could say, well, it's so easy, just memorize the buttons or something. But you could tell how anxious and nervous they were. So every time I could, I would step in and just, you know, be like, I'm not looking at anything, I'm just helping you out. And you'll be so thankful. And some people, to me, going to the ATM and just, you know, withdraw money is so easy because I speak the language and I have this confidence. Even if I didn't speak the language, like if I were to be somewhere where I don't speak the language, I will feel very confident because this is the skills and I have the confidence. But you can't ask the same thing from others. And sometimes we don't understand why some people make a fuss about little things, but we're not in their shoes. And I think that this is the case for this person. He is brilliant in other things. And there's this very angelic side to him as well, like angelic aura. And he just, and you can tell right away, like the feeling of this person is like, he is a good person. She is a really good person. Yet, I just don't know why. I just feel like this person will need someone who's very patient with them. And with the lovers, this could mean that this person could be a Gemini, but also that this person, love really is something important to him. Finding the right person is really important to him. And I do think it has been one of his main goals. And I just feel like, yeah, he has this belief that his life, his luck will really change when he finally falls in love with someone or he finds the right person. And it just seems like someone who would really want to take really good care of this other person. Look at this. Yeah. There's mention of angels like protecting him, yet I don't know why. I mean, even when angels are protecting you all the time, you need to understand that hardship is most of the time what pushes us to grow and to realize that something has to change, something has to give. But I do feel like finding love, finding true love, and finding his or her partner is kind of part of his gift, like part of like a gift that the angels are giving to him for everything he has gone through. And I just feel like he really envisions love as his safe heaven. He's someone who believes in destiny, like things are already things happen already for a reason, and we're already destined to something. Like I said, he's someone who may spend a lot of time on social media sometimes, or he has this tendency of looking at people's social media and being always like trying to look out, to be on the lookout of what people are up to. And this is also relevant in case that you two have met before but did not know, well, you didn't know about him, but he will be able to tell you so much about you because he already knows so much about you. And I know this could sound creepy, but I don't see it in a creepy way. It's just like he is a type of person that when he meets someone, he needs to like ask for your Instagram, and I don't do that. But I know a lot of people do that. And they don't, it's not in a negative way or like superficial. It's just that they are so used to it because they are so used to be on social media all the time. While in my case, so many times it has happened, like I talked to someone for months and I could be friends with that person and I never asked for the Instagram handle or Facebook or anything until I'm about to move to the next town or something. I'm like, hey, what is your Instagram handle or something like that. So I do think that this person is, he's also the type of person that would like know what his exes are up to, what everyone is up to. Now, let me ask whether you already know this person or not. And then we're going to look at how compatible you two are and the things that you will most agree on and the things that you will disagree on. Okay. Now, the reason why I didn't take the two cards that came out is because they came together. And I like for every card to come out on their own and, kind of like organized. And so so I put, whenever there's a chunk of cards, I just put them back because I do want to only take one by one. That's just the way that I have always, read cards, and that's how it works for me. Alrighty, and some of you don't know this person and some of you do know this person already. And some of you have dated this person already. Yeah, do you remember that because there's so many people watching, if I was getting just a no, then I'll say no, you don't know, and that's the case for other piles, but for you, a yes and a no came out. And a queen of cups. So then that means that some of you actually already dated this person in the past, okay? Or had like a romantic connection. Now on the left side, this is you, and on the right side, it's this other person. So you have the 7th house, the 5th house, and you got as well Saturn. And on this side, he got Libra, Virgo, and Uranus. Now, Saturn does represent the father figure, represents responsibility, represents Capricorn. The 5th house does belong to Leo. The 7th house belongs to Libra. So those are the energies that you have on your side. And then on his side or her side, Uranus does represent Aquarius. Then Virgo belongs to the 6th house and Libra belongs to the 7th house. So here already there's kind of like a connection because you have the 7th house and he has Libra energy. So here's like a connection, you two. I do think that love for you is very important. I do think that the dating experience is really important to you. Like a long-term relationship is really important for you, but I do think that you're the type of person that is always has also had casual relationships. You are the type of person that you have been okay with casual relationships, and maybe in the past you had a casual relationship with this person. Could be, I don't know, but sometimes when I only see the fifth house is someone who just wants to have fun, have casual relationships, live the passion, experience that, laugh a lot, but no responsibility whatsoever. But with you, because you got the seventh house, and on top of that, you got Saturn, you're someone who, yes, you are aware and you want to give yourself the freedom of dating around and having a lot of dating experience, but you know that sooner or later you do want to marry and you do want to take that responsibility, and you do have a lot of discipline as well. You're a disciplined person and you have a sense of responsibility. Now on his side, with Libra, this is someone who doesn't like to fight. I do think that this person does want to keep things harmonious as much as possible, wants to cooperate, work together, may sometimes be a bit idealistic, and maybe a little bit indecisive. But the indecisiveness, I feel like it really comes from his mind. Like he doesn't know what to choose sometimes. He's always so scared to choose something that was wrong to begin with. And like I told you, this person is a good person. I can tell he wants to be a good person. She wants to be a good person. Like, I just think that maybe it could be that what stresses them out is because they like to please everyone and they don't like anyone to be mad at them, which would make a bit of sense with Libra as well, because of they want to keep harmony all the time, even at their own expense. And with Virgo, that energy is all about, it's the alchemist. It's all about health. It's so this person, I do think that could be someone who is all about his health, his physical health. He may really like to learn more about natural herbs. He's someone who has like a lot of structure in his life, because he knows that otherwise he's all over the place. So he's someone who knows that, okay, I need to wake up at this time and I need to do this and then this and then this. And if I don't do this, then this happens. Could be like someone who really believes that if he doesn't have a cup of tea before going to bed, he will feel sick the next day. And it's like, you're like, every day you need to like have a cup of tea. And it's like, yes, I need to have a cup of tea every night before I go to bed. Or I need to do this, and if I don't do it in this order, this will happen. I just feel like I'm getting the vibe also that he's superstitious. He may not be very spiritual, but he's superstitious. It's interesting. And with this Uranus energy, which is Aquarius energy, this is someone who, this may be why he's all over the place, because Aquarius are geniuses. But if he doesn't have the structure or the stability or the emotional stability, he will be all over the place and he will feel like he's a genius, yet no one understands him. And I just feel like he has no control of his thoughts at times. I do think that what unites you two would be the sense of belonging and wanted to marry and wanted to live in harmony with one another or with your partner. And yeah, I do think that you will agree on that. But I will say that I do think that you're someone who's very much laid back and who knows how to have fun. You're very confident compared to this person. And I do think that he or she will get there for sure. I'm going to look at the dynamic in a second. But I do see a difference on like the level of confidence, because I do think that you're someone who shines, who gets a lot of attention, who is in love with love, who loves to be always in a relationship. So maybe you're also used for things to go a bit faster, but he's different or she's different. I just feel like this person avoids fighting and sometimes will try to become what you want him to be, so he's being liked. So that is something that he will have to work through that, of course. Now, okay, the things that you will agree the most on, I do feel like you two, they have the Two of Swords and the Fool, and then the Alchemist and the Sun on the things that you will disagree on. And I just think that you two do agree on following your intuition. You two believe on following your intuition and that no answer or no choice is a wrong choice because it was kind of like meant to be. I mean, you do see it in different ways because he definitely sees as everything like we have a destiny, while you see it as there's always a choice. Yet you two do agree that you have to use your intuition and that there's of course a path that has to be chosen. You cannot always like, have one foot in and one foot out. Like you do have to make a choice. And both of you do believe of like receiving signs and reading the signs. I don't get the vibe that any of you are religious, honestly, or very spiritual. But I do think that you two do believe in signs, like seeing numbers or, oh, there was this bird that pooped on me just when I was saying this. This is a sign. So you two do agree on that. And you both agree that you always have the choice to restart from zero, like to start again. Like it's never too late. Let me just drink a bit of water. Now, what you will disagree the most on, it's I think that there will be a time where you just think that you're more good enough, like you're good in life, like let's just enjoy life. And he or she will think that there's always more work to be done. And that happiness, like I just feel like you're more of a child at heart. And I do think that you have a great sense of humor and you're someone who's very optimistic, who shines effortless. While that's the thing, you shine effortless by just being you. And this person believes that there's like kind of like a special recipe to shine or to be happy or to like to create success. And to you it's like, no, it's just, it's like you shine and you'll be successful and you'll be happy. And he believes that that's not how things happen. Like that's not how things are done. Like things are not just given, you have to make them happen. And I think that your sense of humor of you two are very, very, very different. Yeah, I do think that you two are very different when it comes to I just feel like you were given attention and like I said, you shine, but he just believes that you have to work for it. And I do think that you're so much more connected with your inner child than he is. And yeah. Let me see if there's anything else they're saying. Now, when it comes to, let's see, the dynamic. I think you two will definitely help each other to create a much more positive environment. So it's all about positivity, all about abundance. King of Wands, Six of Wands. That's a lot of fire energy. So remember, you two could have very different personalities, yet when you come in together, you create an amazing dynamic within your relationship. And already with the King of Wands and the Six of Wands, it's like you two feel like winners. Like you two have so much confidence as a couple. When you go out in the world, it's like you make things happen for yourself. I just feel like it's like as long as the person is next to you or like with you, you feel so confident, and he feels or she feels so confident. And I do think you're gonna push each other to be successful, to have much more ambition in life. With the Star, wow, like I do think that this will be the ideal relationship you two have always wanted. I do think that there may be a bit of like fighting because of all the misunderstandings, because also you two are very different, I find. But there's really positive things, like you push each other to be your best version of yourself, follow your purpose, follow your passion, be very confident, speak your mind. You know, if one of you wants to have to be acknowledged by others or be famous, or being a celebrity or something, you know, it's like you push each other to do so, and they just feel like a winner when they're around you, and you make each other feel so good. And I just feel like this is a dream relationship for you two. And it's like you guys have similar dreams, and like you together kind of the synchronicity of like your plans, like, oh, I want to move to this place, and then I want to do this. It's like there's a lot of synchronicity when it comes to that. With the Five of Swords, it does let me know that there will be a lot of misunderstandings between you two. I do think that you have just to work on the right way to communicate and to pass on a message with each other, because you're very different. The Ace of Staffs and the Ten of Coins. You two will create a lot of wealth for as a couple. So I do think that you'll buy your house together. Yeah. Let's see the love story. Seven of Cups. Now, if you have made it to this point of the reading, do make sure to subscribe and give it a like. Let's see. So the Seven of Cups, the Eight of Swords, and then the King of Cups and the Star. Well, this is a general reading, so really, like, this love story won't be the same for everyone. But for a lot of you, I do think that it's like, maybe you are dating or he's dating not just you but other people. Like you guys are talking to more than one person at a time. Could be because you are on an application or something like that. So I do feel like, to begin with, when you meet this person under romantic pretenses, because that's the case in here, you don't necessarily like know right away that this is the one. Like, you don't necessarily know that maybe you were talking to someone else before and then you meet this person, and so you're confused, or he's confused, because you guys were like, I do think that he is on an application or you are on an app, and that's how you guys meet. And so I just feel like there's a lot of confusion in the beginning, because there's a lot of options as well, which also kind of, it's just like you know each other and you meet or you start talking under romantic pretenses. So that means like on an application, maybe going on a date or something. But it's like there's so many other options that you don't register right away, like this is my person. It's not like until later. I just want to ask a bit more about this Eight of Swords, because I do think that it's like you couldn't see this person. Yeah, you could not. This person, I feel like you had like your expectations of who you wanted to be with. Maybe physical expectations, maybe like ethnicity. And so you did not want to see this person for who he was or who she was. And I just feel like you're trying to push other love stories more in the beginning, like other people you have met, but your angels say like this was not the right person, like there's not enough chemistry with this other people that you were talking to, but there was a lot of chemistry with him or her. And I just feel like you or him trying to force things with other people because it will fit for what they were looking for originally, but then realizing that really they had much more chemistry with you, and they realized that there was no point of like forcing something with someone else who they didn't feel chemistry with to begin with. And with the King of Cups and the Star, this is talking about you two, being together and reconnecting, and then kind of being more open as well, because the King of Cups does also talk about maturity, emotional maturity. And so I just feel like it's like you go from like, I want this, my person has to be like Australian, this person has to be Mexican, whatever, has to have like black hair, whatever. And so I just feel like you get over that, because with the King of Cups is like you understand that that is not maturity, like that is not emotional maturity, because you're not asking, your requisites were never anything to do with values or something that actually is meaningful or important. And I do feel like with this King of Cups, it does show that once that you do you or the other person become more mature, realize that, hey, there's so much chemistry between us two, and we are the right match, and we should be open-minded about this. And with the Star, and then on the bottom, you have like this Four of Wands. You got this Four of Wands. I really do feel like this becomes your ideal relationship, and you're like surprised. I think that if there was one pile that ends up marrying someone who was not what they expected, it's this pile. This is the only pile that something like that came out. I don't think you were expecting it, and I do think that your angels and you saw so many signs that were like, keep waiting, like this is not the right person, this is not the right person. And you somehow got guided to this other person, whether it was meeting this person all over again, or reconnecting and realizing, hey, this person genuinely makes me laugh, or we're such a great team together, there's so much chemistry. Why would I let this go just because it doesn't look like the person I wanted to marry or I set myself to marry? So yeah, that's your reading, pile number 4. I really hope that you enjoy this reading. I'm about to lose my voice, but I really wanted to make a long reading for all of you. Do remember to subscribe, to give it a like. If you ever need a private reading, just go to my website, tarotbyfernanda.com, and I will see you on the next pick a card.